Hey Libra, welcome to your weekly forecast for February 21 through the 27th. This is for Libra Sun, Moon, and Rising. We're going to connect and see what messages are coming up for you guys in the week ahead. I am setting the intention for the week ahead. However, you might stumble upon this video at another time frame, and that's just fine. You're going to find it whenever you're meant to find it, whenever it's time for you to hear the messages. Keep in mind, these are general readings. Not every single message is going to resonate. So take what does, leave what doesn't. Without further ado, my dear Libra friends, my Libra darlings, let's see what's going on. First card coming up for Libra is the Five of Wands. Five of Wands can be an internal struggle. You may be feeling conflicted about a situation. You're trying to make up your mind about something, and you're wanting to do the right thing, and you might be feeling torn. Okay, and in this instance, you might be feeling torn between your head and your heart. I feel your guidance is pulling you in one way, but you're afraid to do it because you're afraid of how other people are going to view the situation. Like they're not going to understand it, or they're going to seem like it's weird. I feel like some of you are wanting to dissolve a partnership, and you're feeling incredibly guilty for it because you've been carrying this partnership. You're feeling like they're not going to do good without me, or they're going to fall apart if I walk away kind of situation. It could be a family situation. It could be a work situation. It could be a roommate situation, or like a friend. But I feel like you've been carrying this for too long, and you're having a really hard time giving yourself permission to take this new path or to take this new road. I also feel that some of you are concerned how other people are going to take the decisions that you're making. Like maybe you come from a really professional field or professional background, and you're wanting to get into something very artistic or creative, and you want to start putting your music or your art out there, and you don't know how people are going to view it. Or you're getting really into the spiritual path, and you're wanting to kind of come out of the mystic's closet, so to speak, and you're worried how people are going to take it when you are like, surprise, these are my beliefs, and I'm into energy, and this is what I've been up to, and this is what I want to do to help people. So I feel some of you are having a hard time reconciling your current life with this authentic self that's wanting to emerge. Okay? So some of you are feeling conflicted here as we're coming into the week ahead. The next card here is the Four of Wands, right? So you may be taking a step back, and you may be deciding, hey, my happiness is what matters here. My happiness is what I'm going to focus on, but not just my happiness, stability. Because Four of Wands can be a homecoming. It could be a happy, abundant life, a steady and happy home. That's one of the reasons why oftentimes Four of Wands is associated with marriage, right? Because back in the old days, that was really the only way you were going to have a sense of home, was to get married. Everybody got married and made a home. Now, there could be an element of marriage for some of you. Some of you may be manifesting marriage. You may be invited to a wedding or some kind of a social engagement or get together. Maybe you're feeling conflicted about going, right? And you might be feeling kind of like out of place there. But all in all, with the Four of Wands, this is the card or the energy of being in your stability and celebrating. So I feel that you're choosing to celebrate yourself, to celebrate these decisions, not to hide, and to establish yourself. This is me. This is who I am. This is how I'm living my life, right? Those roses are really jumping up out at me. So I feel a sense of blossoming, blooming, thriving, beauty, feeling beautiful, feeling that you're surrounded by beauty, the diamond, the abundance here. Okay, roses also always make me think of Archangel Jophiel. And Archangel Jophiel helps us to overcome negative thinking and to bring positive thoughts and to help us to see ourselves as heaven sees us and to love ourselves as heaven loves us, but also to see others as heaven sees them and to love others as heaven loves them. Now, sometimes we think that that means seeing the good in people. I would venture to say a lot of Libras are capable of seeing the good in people, or at least understanding like why someone does something or makes a certain decision, right? Because I think Libras have a gift of being able to put themselves in somebody else's shoes. So it's not always going to be about seeing somebody else to see the good in them. Sometimes it's seeing somebody else the way heaven sees them, so that we are reminded that they are not above us. They are no better than us. They are no more powerful than we are. And so I think when we can kind of take people off of a pedestal in that way, we're less afraid to live our life, or we're less afraid to make our decisions, because we realize that, hey, your opinion doesn't really matter because you're a person just like I am. You go to the bathroom like everybody else. You have to wipe your bottom like everybody else, right? So it kind of takes that fear out of it, right? Kind of like in Wizard of Oz, when they went to go see the wizard, and then they got a little peek at behind the curtain, and they're like, oh wow, this is all smoke and mirrors, right? So sometimes seeing others as heaven sees them is seeing past that smoke and mirrors and realizing that we don't have to be so concerned about their opinions or how they're viewing us. Your next card that's coming up here, Libra, is the Three of Wands. You're getting all wands. I shuffled this deck. You guys have a lot of fire. A lot of fire coming up here. A lot of fire. The thing that I like about it is I feel like it's going from being stuck to like the energy calming down and then moving ahead. Obviously, this is stability and security, and then you might take a step back, but Three of Wands is like you're taking a step back, but you're regrouping and you're preparing to put yourself out there. Because Three of Wands can be collaborations, but it's also a card that comes up that is like we're putting out ourselves or a product or an idea, and once it's out there, we can't take it back. It's a sense of expansion. There is a sense of self-employment sometimes with Three of Wands. It's one of my self-employment cards. But Three of Wands could also be, like you, as I said, you've come too far to turn back around now. Some tarot lecturers or tarot teachers will give us keywords for the Three of Wands, or for all the tarot cards. And one of the keywords that is very common for Three of Wands is the point of no return. Like, this is it. You're going to put it out there and you're going to see it through. And that's where you are, Libra. That's where you are. You've come too far to turn around and go back now. Maybe you're feeling a little bit conflicted. Maybe you're kind of feeling not sure, or you're worried about how other people are going to view the situation. But here with Three of Wands, you're like, I'm going for it. I'm putting myself out there, and, you know, good things will come, and whatever challenges come, I will figure out how to, you know, work around that, work past that, and come back better and stronger. But overall, you can expect for a favorable outcome. Five of Wands at the foundation with Four of Wands and Three of Wands can also tell us that those of you who have been putting yourself out there in terms of self-employment or social media, you may be making a name for yourself where you are now being seen as a contender. People in your field are seeing you as competition. People in your field are seeing you as somebody to look out for, like you're up and coming. Okay, I think this came up for you guys. Let me know, those of you who are my regular viewers. It was a few weeks or a couple of months ago where I started to hear the Katy Perry song Dark Horse, and I was like, you guys are coming up like a dark horse. I'm getting the same message again. And I believe it was for Libra. You'll have to let me know if any of you Libras remember there being, or maybe it was Scorpio. I don't know, but I'm getting that vibe and that feeling of that, like they're coming, people don't even see you coming until all of a sudden you're there. But you've been working this whole time. You've been grinding this whole time. So it's going to seem to them like you just kind of came up on the scene out of nowhere. This could be in terms of your work as well. Maybe all of a sudden you're getting attention. All of a sudden you're getting assignments. All of a sudden you're getting special training. And now people are like, oh man, maybe Libra's going to get promoted. Maybe Libra's going to get that new job that's opening up. It's like people weren't noticing you, but now all of a sudden here you are. All of a sudden here you are on the scene. There's that sense too, that you're being seen as a competitor. And I feel like for a lot of people, it's coming up out of nowhere, or they feel like you're coming up out of nowhere, but you've been here the whole time. Not your fault if they weren't paying attention till now. Your next card here is the Seven of Swords. And Seven of Swords can come up when we need to be cautious, right? Now that you're being seen as a competitor, you might have people who want to take you down. It's very unfortunate that humans can be this way, but it happens, right? They see you coming up, they feel intimidated, they feel threatened by you, so they want to come after you, okay? For some of you, the Seven of Swords is saying, not everybody needs to know your plans right now. If you are working on something creative or collaborative, then, maybe don't share it with a lot of people. Or if you have ideas in terms of business or, creating something, don't tell people right now, because they may either discourage you and take away your fire when you have all this fire and passion. They're putting it out, or they're going to try to steal this idea and beat you to it. So keep your cards close to the chest right now. It's not time to lay everything out on the table. Not everybody needs to know what you're up to. If you're somebody who had that fear or that conflict, like, I want to put my art out there, I want to put my music out there, or I want to start doing tarot readings and stuff on YouTube, or whatever it is, right? But you're worried how people are going to feel about it, okay? You might come online or introduce your work under an artistic name or under a YouTube name, right? And honestly, guys, the way that things are these days, it might not be a bad idea to do that regardless of whether or not you're worried how people are going to view you, because you don't know who's out there, right? People might all of a sudden try to, be, finding out where you are and showing up at your house. So it's not always a bad idea to use a creator name, okay? So what you need to know is that you can still go ahead with these dreams and these plans, and you can do it a little bit incognito, right? You can do it a little bit kind of on the down low, even though you're putting yourself out there publicly. And so this is the caution, like the cautious movement of the Seven of Swords. For other ones of you, Seven of Swords is saying move cautiously because you have people sneaking around you and they're going to try to sabotage. So it might be a good idea to get things in writing. If you're collaborating, get things in writing. Be able to document your work. Be able to protect your work. Maybe you want to get copyrights. Maybe you want to get patents. If you're working in an office setting, or it doesn't have to be an office setting, it could be manual labor as well. But if you're working in some kind of a setting where there's coworkers, somebody might intentionally give you the wrong instructions because they want you to mess up and get in trouble. Make sure you have that documented. Take notes. If you have email, send an email. Hey, so-and-so, thanks for explaining this to me today. So I just want to confirm, per your instructions, I'm going to do A, B, and C, and they don't respond to you, and you do A, B, and C. Then your supervisor comes and yells at you. Why would you do it that way? That's so wrong. Well, so-and-so told me to do it that way. No, I didn't. I would never tell you to do it that way, Libra. It's not my fault if you understood me wrong. Well, I told you what I understood. Let me print out that email. Here's that email. How come you never wrote me back? How come you never said, no, Libra, you misunderstood me? At least that way, you cover your behind. Cover your work. Document your work. Be cautious because there might be some sneaky people around you. I'm not telling you this to be paranoid. I'm telling you this because you have a chance to overcome it and not have it affect you. That's why Spirit is sharing the message. So be careful, be cautious, document, take notes, and these people can't get at you no matter what they do. You may want to check out your moon sign and rising sign video. Some weeks that might resonate more for you than your sun sign, or may just tell you what's happening in those other areas of your life. You can click on the link of the description of this video to schedule a private reading with me, calendly.com/amethystangelite. Love readings for February are linked in the description. Love readings for March will be up soon. I will be doing a daily card every single day by popular demand. It'll be a quick daily message so we can connect and get the day going with some good energy. Be sure to keep an eye out for that. And I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I'm wishing you all a wonderful week ahead. See you all in the dailies, Libra. Take care.